Before we go on break, we're gonna take a subscriber email. So this is an email I got. I'm gonna read the whole thing. And we gonna get into this. So this guy, he says, he said, I'm gonna keep it 150 with you. I get a right amount of pussy, but I feel like there's something missing from my game that'll just blow up and get me like 10 times more sex. He said, I approach women like this. Excuse me, my name is so-and-so. I think you're sexy as fuck, and I'm trying to see what kind of trouble we could get into tonight. If you're free, let's go grab a bite at insert something nearby here. I notice it's a real hit or miss when I do this, but I have no desire to be indirect because I feel like real men keep it real with these ladies. Is there something I could do better with my direct game to make it more successful, or am I already doing it right and just say fuck that girl and keep it moving? Would you handle that approach any differently? If so, please explain on this. Also, I have a hard time finding women worthy of my dick. There are a lot of ugly chicks nearby. He said there's a lot of ugly chicks nearby, so I don't flirt with them, but I will talk to them to work on my comfort zone with women. What can I do to find more attractive women in person? All right, so basically he's saying he's going direct, he's saying it's kind of hit or miss. And also he's like, I need to find hotter chicks, right? So what I would say to that is this, welcome to planet Earth, bro. You know what I'm saying? like this is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because,
right.
If you're going direct, right? See, and this is the thing dudes got to understand about going direct and being direct, man, is that being direct, all it does is really save you time. That's it. That's all it's for. Now, what's going to happen is some chicks going to fuck with you and some chicks not going to fuck with you. But it's the same thing that's going to happen if you do it on an indirect level. There's going to be some chicks who's going to fuck with you and some chicks who's not going to fuck with you. The only difference is when you go indirect, what happens is that you potentially waste more time with chicks who wasn't gonna fuck with you anyway. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that's really what it is. So he's doing everything right as far as like, letting the chicks know like, hey, look, I'm trying to, I think you hot. I'm trying to make this happen. Let's do this. You understand? And you're letting them know your intentions and what the fuck you're trying to do. And some chicks are gonna be with it, and some chicks not gonna be with it. See, a lot of times guys like to be indirect all the time because they think that it's going to either, it's usually going to delay the rejection in certain situations. But what they think is that they think that being indirect is going to make it to where they're more likely to get the girl. Because dudes think, well, if I'm direct and I tell her, hey, I want to do this, she's going to reject me because I'm being too direct. So they think that if they're indirect, then what's going to happen is that later on, she may want to do it later on because you're not being so quick about it. And it's like, that's not how it works. Right. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's not what it is. See, and a lot of times is that when you are indirect and the shit pops off, usually what happens is that shit would have popped off you if you were direct. So you just wasted time anyway. You feel what I'm saying? Because you could have been direct with that girl most likely in that situation. Because usually when you're direct and a chick is being all wishy-washy and acting like, oh, you're so bold and why this and I don't know. It's because she was planning on being an attention whore with you. You feel what I'm saying? And now you
and a time waster.
Exactly. Yep. So now you fucking just like, fucked her whole shit up, which is why she's acting like that. So it's not like, oh, it didn't, she didn't want to get with you because you were direct. It was that she wasn't going to get with you anyway, and you fucking spoiled her plans of wasting your fucking time. That's all that is. You know what I'm saying? That's all that is. You know what I mean?
You know what I see with this situation? And props to this cat, because he seems to have a level of awareness and a level of confidence about his game.
Right.
That I think he'll be just fine. But what I'm seeing is that he is actually advancing in the game And here's what happens to in my perspective when you advance in the game. When you advance in the game and you start to get to the reality of dealing with chicks, all of the fucking fantasy and all of the myths and all of the fucking everything, the choosing signals, the red pill, the black pill, the fucking all the philosophies and all the excuses that these niggas be thinking about, and all of the fucking the misconceptions and irrational ideals that come with like, oh, I want to fuck hot chicks, and every chick that I talk to is gonna be hot, and only hot chicks are worth my time, and all of the fantasies and dumb shit, they start to melt away when you actually start to advance in the game. You understand? Yeah, because that's when you start dealing with more women, and you start realizing the reality of the whole situation. You start realizing that a lot of these chicks ain't worth shit. You start to realize that it's better to be direct, because these chicks are just gonna waste my time anyway. But with being direct, I have to put in a little bit more work because it's a numbers game. You understand? Because that's the thing. That's the thing with a lot of these, with a lot of these dudes is like, they are happy just to be talking to a chick.
Exactly.
And in a lot of ways, that's settling. You understand? That's you not valuing yourself as a fucking man. And you're saying to yourself, oh, well, at least she's texting me back, so it's all good. You see what I'm saying? The nigga that wrote this question in, or this email, he's a nigga that's advancing in the game, because now he's actually realizing what it is, and he's asking us like, yo, is this really how it is? Or is something better that I could be doing? You feel me? But no, you're actually doing the right thing, and now you see that the game is the game. Like, there's no mystified nonsense about it. There's no fucking choosing signals. There's no fucking, oh, well, if I'm a 6, then I only could get girls that are 6s, or if I'm a 10, I'm only gonna get girls that are 10s. Oh, and if I have looks, money, and status, I'm gonna get girls, and none of them are gonna cheat on me, and all of them are gonna respect me and deal with me greatly, and all of this dumb shit that niggas be thinking that we try to tell you no. That's not it. Like, it's really all about the amount of work you have to you decide to put into the game. The more work you put in is the more results you're gonna get. And if you approach the game one way, this is what's gonna happen. If you approach the game another way, this is what's gonna happen. So this guy is getting, he's seeing through all of the myths and realizing that, direct game, it's efficient, but I have to put in more work, because being that I'm a nigga that actually values my time, and I actually don't waste time trying to be buddy with these hoes. It's a harsher game. You understand what I'm saying? It's a hard, and like you said, didn't he also mention that there's some chicks that I fuck around and holler at in my vicinity just to practice, just to keep my shit up. And that's another reality of the game. That's why we tell niggas, we don't just tell niggas, oh, only talk to this type of bitch, or only talk to that type of bitch. We tell niggas, talk to everybody so you can become sociable. You understand what I'm saying? So you can have your social game can actually increase. So whenever you're in any situation, you can holler at somebody and get what you want, whether it's pussy or money or whatever it is. You understand? Whether you're talking to a man or a woman. You understand what I'm saying? But that's what the game is about. The game is about developing your shit. The game is not about, sexual market values and fucking, all of this different dumb shit that niggas be spewing, trying to, you see what I'm saying?
Because dudes, they be living in a fantasy world, and it's like, this is why you'll see, let's say, for example, like, for example, I remember, somebody, I think it was even a chick, or somebody was, or it was some other dude was saying this. He was like, oh, I expected, he said, one of my boys be talking about, like, chicks, he be getting chicks and all this other stuff. And he said, when I saw this chick he was messing with, he was like, she was cute, but the way he talked, I expected him to be with a supermodel. You feel what I'm saying? So, and that's the shit that dudes be getting all caught up in their head, where it's like, yo, he could be smashing a chick who looked like a supermodel, but he also probably has a chick who's a cute chick, but she also has other qualities about her that the supermodel chick don't got. You feel what I'm saying?
That's right. And
so
that he needs from a bitch.
Right, exactly.
Or that he requires from a bitch.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why you see these rappers out here who like LL Cool J or even like a DMX or Snoop Dogg, and you look at their wives and you're like, yo, their wives is just regular chicks. But why you think their wives is regular chicks? Because they know out here in the game, yeah, that chick, that Instagram thought she looked good, and yeah, I'll probably smash her once, you know what I'm saying? But he's like, I can't wife that up. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing where dudes don't get, where in the reality of the game, it's like, it's not just about, oh, well, I got to find me a perfect 10 and she has to be like, look this way. And I'm like, bro, you when you're actually dealing with people, you understand, when you're dealing with like real women, you feel what I'm saying? Every woman ain't going to look like this type of chick, or every woman ain't going, you see what I mean? Like it's a different fucking thing when you're in the reality of it. So this guy, he was talking about, he says, damn, you know, there's a lot of ugly looking chicks that I'm running into. And I'm like, yeah, that's going to happen. You feel what I'm saying? That's going to happen. Now, you ain't got to get with those chicks, but understand that if you want to get hotter women, you're going to have to put in work. Not because this is the key thing guys got to understand. It's not about you having to put in work to get hotter women. You got to put in work to find hotter women. You understand what I'm saying?
Find hotter women, right.
You know what I mean? Like fuck about get it, nigga. Where you finding them at? You understand what I'm saying? That's where the real work is. Not the work ain't really in getting them. The work is in finding them. Because even when, like, I'll be out, you know, me and Miles might be out sometimes and shit. Like, there's times where I'm out and I see a dude with a bad chick. And I'm not thinking about, oh, how the fuck he got her. I'm thinking, where the fuck did he find her?
Where did he find her?
Saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I didn't see a chick this bad in like 2 weeks. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, it ain't about, oh, like getting them is not the hard part. Finding them is the hard part. You feel what I'm saying? And so again, that's still putting in more work, because you're going to have to go to different spots, go to different events, go to different types of situations to be able to find those type of chicks. Because a lot of times you go into a spot and there could be 100 girls in there, and it's probably 1 or 2 chicks that's like cute. You feel what I'm saying? Or you know, decent. You feel what I'm saying? And then you got to go to another spot, and you probably went to 4 different spots, 5 different spots that one night, and only saw like 3 bad chicks the whole night. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody else is alright. You feel what I mean? And that's just part of the game. So it's like, you got to be able to understand that reality of the game. You see what I mean? And so a lot of dudes, they so stuck on the internet and they watching porn and they looking at these Instagram models and they think that this is like real life. Like, oh, this is what you're going to see. No. You feel what I'm saying? And on top of that, when you are in a relationship with a woman, like meaning like you're spending an extended amount of time with a woman, understand that it's not all about just her looking a certain way. You understand? Like, you want to have a chick you're attracted to and looks good, but it's not about her just looking like a fucking supermodel, because you could get a chick who look like a supermodel, but she's a fucking airhead, or she ain't got no fucking, she ain't got no skills to bring nothing to the table. So what the fuck I look like? What the fuck I look like really being with her, like for real? You know what I'm saying? If she ain't doing nothing else. Versus like you have dudes, like again, like I said with these rappers, the wives that they're with, the reason why they stuck with those women, because you got to think about it. Think about this on a logical level. Why would a nigga like LL Cool J, right? Who's a let's take LL Cool J, because you could say LL Cool J got the looks, money, and status, right?
Right.
And the nigga is a sex symbol, right? The nigga could bang the baddest chicks or get with the baddest chicks or whatever. What would make him stay with his wife that he's been with? Who, if you've seen his wife, she's cute, but she's just like, you know, she's like a 6.5, 7 maybe. You feel what I'm saying? What would make LL Cool J stay with her when he could supposedly get a bad chick? You understand? Or like a hotter version, a physically appealing woman, right? The reason why is because in reality, there's other things that happen when you're actually dealing with a chick. You feel what I'm saying? There's other shit. You understand? So yeah, he may see or he may smash a cute girl, one of these groupies or whatever, but he ain't taking her seriously. But he gonna take his wife seriously because the chick been with him when he ain't have shit. You feel what I'm saying? She fucking cooperated with him, kept it real, probably helped the nigga do whatever it is, probably, helped this nigga out financially when he was struggling, whatever the fuck it was, and was like, yo, this is a ride or die chick, I'm fucking sticking with her. But then some goofy game ass niggas will look at that and be like, oh, LL Cool J is whack because look at his girl. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I'm like, these niggas are stupid. I'm like, oh my God. Shit is so funny, man. It's so funny. It's so funny though when dudes, and this is why we say you guys got to get out more, really be out there talking to women, doing shit in real life, so you'll really see what the fuck it is. You understand what I'm saying? Because just like in the beginning of the show, I said, listen, I'm out here trying to fuck with chicks that don't get on my fucking nerves. You feel what I'm saying? And being out here so much in the game, you realize how much of an important component that is to fucking with a chick. Having that peace of mind when you're dealing with a certain chick. You feel what I'm saying? So it's, it's real talk, man. It's real fucking talk. But listen, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about what you must pay attention to when you go on a first date with a chick. You feel what I'm saying? So we about to go in heavy, all right? So you guys are listening to The Bad Boy Show.